Hey everyone, Joe Consul Madison LLP. This is a video in our probate video series. I've talked about opening the estate. I've talked about when an estate goes smoothly, when an estate does not go smoothly. What I'm going to focus on in this video is the process of actually dealing with the estate until the end. So let's say you get appointed as an administrator or as an executor, and everything's great. No one's in disagreement about anything. You sell a property, you put all this money into a bank account for the estate. Now what? Well, say the person died on January 1st of 2025. The law says that you have to deal with creditors of the estate, and you have to give those creditors a 1 year window to come forward and make any claims. So, say you do everything correct. The person dies on January 1st. On January 15th, you open the estate. You publish in the newspapers, as you're required to do. Between the date that you start that process and a year later, 5 creditors come forward and say it's January 15th, 2026. You pay off the creditors. You've got a clean bill of health in terms of any money that's due to anyone outside of the heirs, and you've got a bunch of money sitting in a bank account. What's left to do? Can you just give the money out? Well, no, because what you haven't done yet is filed your inheritance taxes. You've got 9 months from the date of death to file a draft inheritance tax return with the state of Pennsylvania. An inheritance tax return, which will be a video in and of itself in the future, is a document that shows the state who is getting what from the estate, more or less, because at that time you won't know definitely for sure, and what amount of taxes each of those persons is going to pay, because no matter what, you're paying some kind of inheritance tax unless you're the spouse. If you're a child, you're paying one rate. If you're a cousin, you're paying another rate. Or if you're a friend who inherited through a will, you're paying another rate. You tell that to the state, they accept your return, and you've paid off your creditors. It's at that point you can then distribute the money. First, you pay off the inheritance taxes that were due, and then the money goes freely to the heirs or whomever is actually benefiting from the estate. Once you've done that, you file what's called your final inventory with the state, which tells them, here's everything we've done. Here's a piece of paper showing that there's no assets left in the estate and all money has been distributed. At that point, they'll let you close the estate, and the administrator or the executor and their lawyer have no further responsibility for reporting anything to the state. And that's how you close an estate. Hope this video is informative. Joe Consul Madison LLP.